am disturbed by those on the left who spend all of their time handicapping Obama when they're not building this movement to help guarantee that he is moving in a good direction, helping pushing him and supporting him in his effort. And because we weren't out there, these racist, anti-communist, right-wingers got out there and built themselves this little Tea Party thing for the purpose of pushing the country back and reversing the effects of the 2008 election. But I think now we're getting out there, and that's my message. We are facing a real challenge in front of us. We've got to spend the next period, I think, working around the jobs issue as we support those candidates who are going to fight for jobs for us when they get into the Congress. Now, I have a feeling that some friends on the left will say I don't support Democrats. That is such a diversion. You know, during the period of slavery, the African Americans tended to be Republican because the Republican Party was the party of Lincoln. You know that, right? But in 1932, they all shifted to the Democratic Party because of the New Deal. And I think their attitude was, we'll support whatever party that supports us, that we can fight through. The political party is simply a vehicle. It's not a principle question, it's a tactical question. And in this period, if we allow the Republicans to gain control back into the Congress of the United States, jobs bill's done. Stimulus package is done. Employee-free choice is done. Who knows when the troops are going to get out of Iraq and Afghanistan? Who knows when we're going to do something about the collapse of our schools and so forth? But if we are able to stop them, we have a fighting chance to change all of those things. You know, in Detroit here, there are 90,000 abandoned homes now in Detroit. And they're talking about shrinking the size of the city because the population is going away. And they talk about inviting people in to do agriculture in Detroit, to turn it into a farm city. Yeah. That's really interesting. Who did that to Detroit? It wasn't the working people who did that to Detroit. It was a powerful auto industry, a powerful corporation, the banks, and those people who manipulate this economy for their purposes that brought Detroit to this point. And the working people fought to try to stop that. And we have to continue to fight to try to stop that. But we need a new program, a new approach now. What are we going to do about our cities that are in need of housing and in need of better schools and in need of mass transportation and infrastructure? This is the time when we can fight for it. Because I think that the development of the right-wing movement that has come about is largely a sign of weakness and collapse of American capitalism and not a sign of its strength. And I believe that the movement that produced the election of Obama and that we saw in Washington on Saturday and the great sweep of democratic movements in this country is stronger, much stronger than these movements. Actually, the polls show that the Tea Party has 18% support of the people, 18%. And I know they have the media on their side, and that was a big factor. People like Rupert Murdoch gives an open mic to these people. And every show that they have boosts this idea that they are the new majority. They are not the majority. They are not the majority. And I don't know who else taking the polls, but they were showing that the Tea Party people in the next election were going to sweep this thing over. They were going to get out in the street better than we were, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I see the latest polls show that the gap between the Tea Party and the Republicans and the Democrats has closed. And I think that we are moving to a situation where it's anybody's race. And if the base that came out in 2008 comes out this year and votes and mobilizes other people to vote, we can stop a disaster from happening in November.